Hey y'all.
Oh Lord, here comes Chantal.
What?
Nothing. We just know you always with the shit.
And is.
So what you got for us this time?
Oh, you know, just a little hookah, a little drink for our conversation.
Well, what else is new?
This episode, so let's get to it.
And I'll do anything to get mine.
This episode of The Glass Mic was brought to you by Nipiata. Nipiata was launched for all the adults out there who refuse to grow up. You know who you are. You appreciate a good laugh, a great party, and some old-fashioned tomfoolery. Nipiata is built for the fun ones. Your Nipiata can be completely personalized for your smashing pleasure. Visit Nipiata online at www.nipiata.com. Use code TheGlassMic for a special discount. Right now, Nipiata is offering a partnership collab with Dented Brick Distillery, Disco Ball. This Disco Ball includes 15 bottles of their coconut rum inside. They also do a lot of work for the LGBTQ community. But don't take my word for it. Go on their website or on their Instagram, NIPYATA, Nipiata. Again, use code TheGlassMic. And as always, I love y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another episode of The Glass Mic, where there is no script, just transparent talk. I'm Chantal Says It All, and I am cream because I am in between an Oreo. So, before we get started with our segment, I know if y'all on YouTube, y'all seen these two beautiful people beside me. Y'all like, who are they? So let me not go any further. I have a special helper of this episode. So if y'all hear someone, I have two special helpers. So if y'all, I just did 4. 2 special helpers. I'm not fasting anymore now, so y'all know I'm a little ditzy. 2 special helpers. So if y'all hear anyone talking, it's my helpers. We're going to go ahead and do this episode, a segment of Trying-ish.
Trying shit and trying shit, trying shit and trying shit, don't work. Trying shit and trying shit, won't work.
So these products are not paid ads. Some products were sent in and some were paid for by The Glass Mic. If you or someone you know has a product or service that you want to try, what you want us to try, send that in and let us know what you want us to do. So the first one, special helper, can you pass me this disco ball? Thank you. So this is from one of our sponsors, Nipiata, N-I-P. Okay. Happy Candy kicking in. M-I-P-Y-A-T-A. It's a disco ball, but it's an adult pinata. So I'm not hanging this up in this apartment because y'all ain't gonna send me no money for the damage and fees. But if you ever want a moment where you want to smash, order you one on nipiata.com. Use code TheGlassMic. There are coconut distillery bottles in here. It's actually 15 bottles. They have a partnership with Dented Brick Distillery, and for this month of Pride they made this special edition pinata, and I'm not popping it in here tonight, but once I do break it, I will show y'all on the Instagram page. Again, use nipiata.com, the Glass Mic code, and let them know that we sent you. Yes. Thank you, Nipiata. Can you put that back over there for me? So the second one, I need some assistance in. I could talk about it a little bit with what I know. But the next one is Astroglide. So if you go on their Instagram, it's Astroglide Official. Astroglide, so from my point of view, I did use their Toy Joy. So with the toys that I use, with me being an Amazon influencer, it doesn't take a lot. It's this much. As y'all can see, like, the substance. So it's a little sticky. I use this on my toys. I don't use a lot, and it does make a big difference because when I was using my toys, I wasn't using anything. And it's like now I'm like, what was I doing at first? Like, how did my stuff not catch on fire? No. Thank goodness it didn't, but this helped a whole lot. Are y'all familiar with Astroglide?
Yeah,
I'm not.
You're not. This one.
This one? Okay, so tell the people a little bit.
I don't have any toys, so
okay.
I can't, elaborate on that one. But however, this one here is in particular is really good. If you're a top, bottom, whatever, what have you, it works on both ends. So basically, it's very, you know. Well, this one ain't open.
It's not.
But anyway,
I got you.
But anyway, long story short, it's basically the same. It's the same little substance as this. It's very easy to clean up. Also, it's very easy to clean up, and also it's very what can I say? Wet.
Wet.
So just know, with using the Astroglide, you're basically gonna get the good experience on either end, whether you're receiving, giving, or just want to rub it in your hand. Yeah. But like it's a really good quality. You can just put it in your hand. Same kind of like material. Like I said, it's easy to clean up, not really messy. So you ain't gotta worry about it getting all over your sheets, and if it does, it's easy to wash out.
How many drops was that?
Then not only that, for those of you who like to quote unquote cream.
How many drops was it?
How many did we?
He did like one.
It was
that
like
wasn't
one.
Half. That wasn't even a push, right?
It was like one.
Drip.
It was like
so,
that.
A drip and a drip.
So yeah,
It don't take a lot.
It's a really good quality.
Your girl ain't doing it, and if she ain't doing that and you love her, that's fine.
She needs
it's just some extra glad. Look, because sometimes it could be a good person. They just don't produce. It could be hormonal imbalance, anything.
Because we got.
She might need some antibiotics. But for those of you who like to cream or give the illusion of creaming, this is a good little, little one too.
Okay.
But yeah, most definitely use Astroglide. I would recommend that to anybody.
I never have, but.
So yeah, most definitely use Astroglide.
So they did send a couple of samples. I'm not posting all these samples. You know how those guys, they had the money and they put the ear. I'm not doing it tonight. Let me tell y'all something. This is actually a second recording, so you better watch this from beginning to ending. So it's 12:32 in the morning. If I was to hold the stacks of samples up, it would be like a phone. So if y'all are interested in getting a sample and you are in the DFW area, you can hit me up. If I'm in the right mode that day, I will gladly give y'all some samples. But if you can't rush and you want to order some, again, on Instagram, it's Astroglide Official or astroglide.com. Make sure you let them know that the Glass Mic sent you.
Yes.
So before I introduce my guest, we're going to take a shot o'clock. With this shot o'clock, it is sponsored by Mystic Vapor Bar. This was actually some sheesh that they sent in to me. Now, it's a special story about this. The owner, I met with him a couple of months ago, not too long ago. And I asked him, I said, hey, I have a podcast. I smoke hookah on there. Would you like to sponsor the show? He saw me. I was a regular customer, and he gave me this box. Unfortunately, between the time that he gave me this product and up until tonight, he passed away. So this shot o'clock, not only are we going to use this product with the hookah, but we're going to take a shot in remembrance of him. And there was a special shot saying that they have that I don't know how to say, so I'm going to do the shot, but y'all not going to hear me say it. So we're going to go ahead and partake. Everybody got the shots?
All right. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. So drink, motherfucking drink.
Ooh, y'all. This probably like our 6-7 shot. So if we start slurring or looking weird in the show, just keep going.
All right, my laser eye started showing y'all.
It's the brown eyes and long lashes for me.
Yeah.
They both got pretty brown eyes, and my eyes are pretty brown too. But I don't think y'all can see these.
I'm over
Get close, they'll see it.
Eyelashes falling in.
Just go on my Instagram.
Look, gonna be right here.
So I want y'all to introduce yourself. I'm going to let you go first. Say hey to the people and what's your name?
Hey everybody, my name is Brienne Danae. And you can follow me on Instagram, Brienne Danae, BREANN.DANAE.
When the shots kick in, we don't know our name. So if she did spell it wrong, which I doubt she did, we're going to have that on the screen for y'all. What's your name?
All right, so my name is Darius. You can follow me on Instagram at AK_NO47_. Again, it's AK_NO47_.
Got it.
So if people make you mad, will you turn to AK-47?
You damn right.
I knew that was a soft name. Like, you trying to be like, oh, I'm not that, but you are that.
But, no, it's actually crazy because I came up with the name because, like, AKN are actually my initials. So, it's like...
Oh, dang.
Right. So, it's like AK and NO are the first two letters of my last name.
Dang.
And so I just put it together.
Hey,
and that's how I came up with
Red,
it.
when you do the edits for the show, can you put the More You Know rainbow on here? Thank you. Because the more you know. I didn't know that.
So yeah.
I didn't know. We went to high school
That's
together.
dope.
And then like since I'm in the army too, that it kind of like it all kind of
Come
went.
on,
You in
Army
the
strong.
Army?
Yeah.
Right now?
You a USAA?
Yeah. I'm with USA and that federal.
Guard or reserves?
National Guard.
Me too. I did 6 years.
I'm on 6. I'm on year 6 now.
Oh,
Are you on
You
re-up?
out?
I don't know where I want to go. Any minute,
Well, I
go.
got until December to figure it out. I don't know.
Okay, well,
Love that. Love that.
I'm going to go ahead and go into the discussion questions. So I asked the people a couple of questions about, so this episode is a special episode with it being Pride Month, and I just want to show the light as far as a male and female perspective of the LGBTQ plus community. So the first question I asked was, how do you identify? Straight, gay, bi, pansexual, transsexual, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and read out loud what the people said, and then y'all can tell me how y'all identify. So a lot of people, I'm just going to cut to the chase. I've had like maybe 4+ on one page says straight. Trans woman, pansexual. I'm straight, but I would love for my hubby and I to have a female life partner. Bi-curious, bi. I'm me. Pan. Straight, but have had intercourse with the same sex. And again, still straight. So how do you identify?
I would say I identify as me. And the reason being is because, like I would say, I'm attracted to females. I'm attracted to males. I actually lost my virginity to a female. So, I mean, you know, there are females I'm like, oh, damn, she fine. She got a nice ass. And then on the other side, there's dudes who are like, damn, he fine. Like, look at his calf muscles. So, but, I mean, you know, I just identify as me. I just feel like, you know, I just like what I like.
Okay. What about you?
I like that, but I'm a lesbian. Like, I just identify as lesbian. I just love women, so that's just what it is.
Okay. So I'm obviously the cream. So I identify as straight. Like, I date straight men, but I have been involved with women before sexually. I never dated a woman, but I have had quote unquote entanglements with women. So will y'all say
Come on, Jada.
Entanglement.
will y'all say that I'm straight or I'm bisexual?
I would say just straight.
What do you want to be with now? You said a man, right?
Yes.
So you straight.
I say just straight. You just had your little minute in time where you wanted to experiment, you know, you did your little thing, but, you know, in actuality, what you want to be with long term is me. So I say you straight.
Okay. So would the same thing go if I was not a woman right now and I was a man and I said that, hey, I want a straight woman, but I've done things with men before?
For me, I would say yeah. But at the same time, you got to look at the fact that you have some people that want to look at things with you know, fine-tooth comb, be like, oh, okay, well, you still messed around with a guy, so you gay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's kind of where it goes back to that, what am I trying to say? Not stereotype.
Like a stigma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where men have to do certain things to where, like, okay, a woman can go back and forth and it's okay. A man try to go back and forth or whatever. You gay. You crossed the line. You did this. You did that. And it's always an ongoing battle, especially like with African American men, where it's like they're constantly having to defend their masculinity, or if you do a certain thing, you're not masculine enough. And I just feel like, you know, you do what you enjoy. Like, I feel like don't go off of what one person feel like you should do.
Right.
Well, I like that. I love that.
Yeah.
So, the next question I asked was, when did you realize your orientation? And I'll go first on this one. So, it's really kind of tough to put that out there, but again, I try to be the black sheep for the people to let them know if you're in the same situation, it's okay. But when I was younger, like at a young age, like elementary school age, I did kiss a girl before, but I wasn't in a relationship with one. And I noticed a lot of girls were liking girls then, but it was one of those things where it was like, okay, it's cool. But as far as like when I really felt like I was attracted to women, it was in high school. I was going to this school that was kind of known as like Lesbian City. I know the first episode we recorded the first time around. So I'm going to tell y'all what I said originally because, again, I try to play the ignorance card to help us know the terms. But it was known as Dyke City. And I was asking y'all, is that a disrespectful term to say?
And I was just saying that for me, it's not that big a deal, but I do know that some people do take it offensive. And I guess, like, from a female perspective, I would compare it to the word faggot or something like that, to where, like, it can be taken as slander or offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's, like, the equal on the female side. Yeah.
Okay.
But I personally, it's like, it's whatever.
It's like, that was new for me because, like, I didn't know that they took it in offense. Even though, like, my best friend, she is gay. However, like, we joke all the time.
Exactly.
So I kind of wouldn't know what would actually be offensive if it was coming from an outsider.
Exactly.
So that was actually new for me.
Yeah, I think it would be equivalent to how with the black community we use the N-word, and it's like we can use that, but if someone that's not in the community uses that, it's offensive. Do y'all think that would be the same thing?
Yeah, I feel like it would be the same thing. Cause like when we were talking earlier, you know the club back in Mississippi, Metro. At one point it would be it'll be Dyke Night, no offense, or Punk Night or whatever. But then, you know, eventually it went from Film Night to Boy Night or whatever like that. So at first, like, like coming up and was used to hearing it, I was like, okay, well, maybe it's okay. But like tonight was the first night that I actually found out that it was actually considered to be offensive.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And like I said, that's subjective. It's just to some people that I know. And I feel like it's also regional to where it's like, I feel like maybe in Mississippi it's not. You know what I mean? But maybe some people here or some people wherever it is. So. Yeah.
Right.
But you also look at the fact Mississippi behind on a lot. So. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So I knew in high school, like I felt like I was attracted to women, but I feel like as I gotten closer with myself, that I was actually attracted to women that I wanted to be in myself, from how they looked physically to how they carried themselves. They were like more feminine women. I was not attracted to masculine women, but it was more like the softer, daintier women. But as far as like my first encounter, that wasn't until college, and it was like, okay, this was cool. It felt rebellious because it was something that I knew I should not have been doing. But as far as my orientation, like I said, I identify as a straight woman because I want to be in a relationship with a straight man. So when did you realize your orientation?
When did I realize it? I don't know, cause like I said before, I'm attracted to both female and males. For some reason I just have a stronger attraction for men. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Look, short and sweet. What about you?
As far as realize you're not just bi, you're gay. Mm-hmm. Is probably my last serious relationship with a male, and I was like 21, and I don't know. I'm gonna say this because I don't believe in the term once a cheater, always a cheater. Mm-hmm. So I was with a male. It was cool, but I ended up meeting a female that I really liked, and some stuff went down. And like after that, I just felt like I knew that's what I really wanted. And I feel like he knew that too. So after that, I've never been serious with a male again. And it's just like, I feel like that's when I realized this is who you are. And it was just a hard time just like, I guess, coming out. But it's like once I did, like, and that was like at 23. So ever since then.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you what the people said. I'm not going to read any names. When I saw the Nelly Tip Drill video, I was a kid and I knew I wanted girls that looked like them. I realized at age 9, but I didn't truly grasp who I was until 36. Elementary school, when I got my first kiss. When I was young, maybe middle school, I used to like the basketball girls. In middle school, I saw openly queer guys and it just clicked. Since I saw my first pair of titties as a young man. As a kid, I would experiment, but I knew I wanted to be in a relationship with the opposite sex. 23-ish, since jump, kindergarten, and never thought about it. I just knew I liked males. So basically, pretty much everyone kind of knew, like, from the start when they were young. So y'all feel like you kind of know at a younger age, or do y'all feel like things can change when you get older?
I feel like things can kind of get changed as you get older. Cause like I said before, like I originally lost my virginity to a female. Then not only that, like even like up until like 9th grade, I dated females.
But did you ever feel like you was attracted to a male back then? I
mean, I knew I was attracted then, but at the same time, I kind of let what I should be doing kind of overshadow how I actually felt. But like I said, I've always been attracted to both. Okay. So I feel like as I got older and kind of, accepted me for me, that's when I kind of like acted on the attraction for males more.
Gotcha. Okay. And my answer is similar because it's like, as a child, I'm talking about child like elementary school, like I was kissing on girls, but I thought everybody was. Like I was like, oh, we playing house. Oh, you the mama, I'm the daddy. Like, let's kiss.
That's what I was saying earlier. You would be so surprised how many people relate to it. You would be so surprised.
So it's like, oh shit, everybody doing this. Got to middle school, had my first actual like sexual encounter with a girl, and I'm saying sexual encounter like to where it was intimate because there was feelings behind this and things happened. I ain't gonna get into detail, but it happened, and so that's when it really started. And then I just remember being in high school. I'm talking about like a sophomore. So we 15, 16? Yeah. As a sophomore. And people found out about some shit. Yeah, and it's like, oh, you a carpet muncher. You this, you that. And it's like,
carpet muncher? I ain't never heard that. I never heard that one.
I heard that one.
I was like, oh, shit. But, I mean, that's what it was. So back then, it was just like, oh, because I didn't want to live in my truth. So I was asking you, did you know, or was you just like, not in hiding, but like you just didn't want people, like everybody else to know? Because it's like, I thought my whole life, since I was a child, I'm talking about like 8, probably not even 8, probably like 6, that I was bi. It's like, oh, I like girls and boys. Like, but I can't tell nobody I like girls because that's bad. That's wrong. But it's like, once I was like, I don't even like boys. I just like them because we gonna get into that later. But go ahead.
Okay.
So I'm just like piggyback on after real quick, kind of pick up where you look. So basically for me, like I said, I've always known I was like attracted to both. But at the same time, like growing up, I was kind of awkward. Like I was real quiet, shy. So then not only that, I was real skinny with a big head, big ears, and like I used to always get like teased, and also because I have like a dimple in my chin. So therefore, I had kind of grown. I had got to a point to where I was like insecure about how I looked. Right. So as I got older and started to actually grow into myself, then I started to get a lot more attention, a lot more. Oh, he's handsome. This is that, and the other, which it came a lot from guys, and so which I was already kind of attracted to guys. I was like, okay, let me see what's what over here. So that's when I got to the point to where I was like, high school, I'm going to a different era in life. Let me see what's what. So it just,
Okay. I like these. So this is the statistics where I cannot look at the screen. If y'all see them looking, let me know. Y'all look funny. So I asked the people, have you ever thought or acted on experimenting with another sexual preference? What percentage do you think said yes, they thought about it or acted on it? And what percentage do you think said no?
I don't know. I guess with the way people doing things nowadays, I don't know, about 70%.
Said they have acted or thought on it? What about you?
I say like 60.
Oh, she just being petty. She being petty. So 46% said they have acted or thought on experimenting with another sexual preference. 54% said no.
Okay.
So you take the cake on this one. You cheated, but we're not gonna go.
I didn't.
We need more.
I ain't cheat.
So the next thing I asked, this is another poll question. I'm gonna let you go first this time around. Okay. Do you feel your current preference is permanent or subject to change? So you say you identify as lesbian. Right. What percentage do you think they said that they identify with what they are? They're strictly going to stay with it, or the no would be, okay, I'm open to changing or experimenting with something else?
I feel like it's low, like lower.
We need a number, honey. She trying to play it safe. She going first. What percentage do you think? Like, what low number?
That they gonna stay the same. I say 60, 50, 40.
That's not low.
30.
You think that's low? Okay, well, what number are you gonna be confident with? We need you to stick to
40%.
So 40. Okay, what about you? I'm gonna re-ask the question. Do you feel your current preference is permanent or subject to change? What percentage you think said they're gonna be like strictly wherever they are?
No, I feel like that's high.
It's too late, honey. Your turn.
I'd say, I don't know. Like, I want to say like a 50-50. Because you never know. Like, some people feel like this permanent for me, and some people feel like I'm just playing around until something real comes along.
Okay, well, both of y'all wrong. 83% said they're going to stick to where they are. And 17% said that they would have a preference change as far as permanent or whatever. So y'all both wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. So the discussion question we're going to go ahead and get into.
Half of them lying.
Oh, you know what? The last person on the show tried to tell people they were lying about themselves, and I kind of got in his butt about it. But again, I'm letting y'all know we love y'all so much. This is a second recording. We're going to give y'all, you know, the vibes or whatever. But I'm going to be kind and tell them, look, you cannot tell people what they think.
No,
that's
but
the whole
okay,
thing.
So
That's
you can't. Okay, I'm gonna say that.
That's the whole point.
You can't tell people how they think. However, by that being an open discussion.
The shots kicking in.
An open discussion on a social media platform, and like by screenshot being so big now, they kind of feel like, okay, I want to tag in on this topic, but how do I know I feel secure with putting my response to how I really feel?
That's so true. You're right. That was a valid point.
It's that, and it's just like in general, even if it ain't say it wasn't no screenshot, no, they was like, oh, I trust her, she not gonna clock me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like some people just don't even live in their truth just because of their own fear over no outside shit, just their own fear on the inside. And it's just like, oh, I can't say how I really feel. This is how I feel, but I'm still not gonna say it. And it's just like people really live in that, because it's not every single person, not 100% of people gonna tell the truth.
No.
Period. You can ask 10 people a question, one of them gonna lie. And it's just like, I don't know.
That's so true. That is so true. So what I asked was, does your sexuality affect your way of life, work, play, family beliefs, etc.? I'll go first on it. Honestly, like, it's me being a straight woman, it doesn't bother. I think when I tell people, because I'm not like a closed book. I work on when I should say something and how to say it. But when I tell people that, like, I've been with women before, it really doesn't bother anything. If anything, it actually, like, makes things better. Because it's like, oh, well, since you're saying that, I have too. Or I thought about it. What was it like? They asked me 1,000 questions. I'm like, okay. I wasn't trying to get to that point, but, you know, it is what it is. But just coming from a woman perspective, I feel like it doesn't bother me anymore. If anything, it kind of gives me one up, because it's like, for males to try to talk to me, they be like, oh, shit. Like, what can we do with threesome? I'm like, ugh, log off. So what about you? Do you feel like it affects your way of life with your preferences?
I'm saying no, because like with a person's sexual preference, like, well, speaking for me, my sexual preference, it doesn't basically say who I am. My sexual preference is not going to stop me from going to work. It's not going to stop me from living my everyday life. It's not going to stop me from going to church. So I would say no, my sexual preference is not going to stop me. My sexual preference is only probably 1/3 of who I am. So if you can't get to see the other parts of me and my sexual preference is the only thing that stands out to you, then
that's a you problem.
That's a problem.
Right.
That's a personal problem.
Because you still you.
Yeah.
Right. I love it. What about you? Has it affected your life?
I say no, only because, like, I know a lot of my friends and people that I've talked to, families have disowned them. Families have just condemn them. It's been a lot of stuff, but for me personally, no, because I was just blessed, and I'm thankful for that, because everybody don't have that story.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, I know that for me, like, I was loved and embraced by my family. I mean, when I first saw my mom, it was like 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks, she was like, what? Really? But I feel like she already knew. You knew.
Yeah.
You knew. Like, and it's not like I'm walking around here, because you don't have to present a certain way. It's just like, it is what it is. And it's just like, I know that, you know, she knew, and I finally let her know, you know, from me, you know, this is what it is. And it was literally a couple of weeks. But after that, her, my granny, my whole family was like, okay, like, we love you. Like, who are you talking to? Like, what's going on? So from them, and even from people in my church, like, they know my lifestyle. And it's just like, I don't feel like that it's affecting me, because I feel like that's the biggest thing, family and church, especially with Black people.
Yes.
I feel like those are the two biggest things that can affect you, and it hasn't for me. So.
And that's what I was saying. Like, it goes back to he without sin cast the first stone. And of course, I don't put my beliefs on anyone, but the story of that scripture comes from, it was a woman that was committing adultery, and it was a lot of men that were prepared to stone her.
Was that Delilah?
It was not Delilah.
Okay.
That was Samson and Delilah. Girl, don't have me look. But seriously, like, she committed adultery, and her punishment was stoning. So Jesus was like, look, hold up. So if you have never committed a sin, throw the stone. So some people who have sins, I'm just making this up. Somebody stole, somebody lied, somebody cheated, somebody did something that was against what was part of the word. So Jesus was the last one standing, and he was without sin. So he was like, okay, I didn't sin, and I'm not throwing a stone at you, so get up and go about your way. And that's the whole point of this episode, is because we have a right to do what we want. Like, God isn't putting a stick on us or strike the lightning and saying, hey, don't do that, don't do that. And you have your right to feel how you feel about certain subjects. Your opinion is your opinion. But again, we all have free will. So why should I tell you, hey, you can't do that, or you can't date this person, or have this preference? Like, we all have to institute our higher callings. And that's the whole point. Like, even though you like what you like, and there might be those Bible-toting people, the religious people that are saying you shouldn't do that, we all have some skeletons in our closet.
Sure.
We all do.
We do. So, I'm going to read the responses, because it's not the next question. Again, the question was, does your sexuality affect your way of life, work, play, family, beliefs, etc.? No. Yes, all of the above. Even people you think have your back won't. No. Nah, no one cares. This is my life. Gay. I'm trying not to masturbate so much. It's a struggle, especially with a vibrator handy.
Well, how kind of, like, what does that come in?
I think that was a little how to vibrate. It's okay. Do your thing. Play with your vibrator. Is it the Rose? If you're watching this, can you tell me which toy it was? Because it must have been a dang on good toy.
Man.
Okay.
Family, yes.
Did you say is it a rose?
Yeah. Because that's the toy everybody's talking about right now.
Yes. Because, okay, we're going to talk about it later.
Oh, we can talk about it right after I finish these questions. Yeah, I've been wanting to have sex everywhere. Watched too much porn as a kid. A lot of no's. As a woman, no and nope. So what's your take on the rose?
So I don't have a rose personally, but I did see, you know, Justin LaBoy, that little
Justin LA Boy at the Toxic Meme page. Y'all know I'm against that page. Now, some of them memes be funny, but I don't follow that page. This is, again, my preference. I ain't knocking y'all for doing it, but it's just too toxic for me.
It's
too
so
toxic.
It's
too toxic. So
just like the shade room.
no, you don't. You don't. What happened? What they say about the rose?
No, they said something about when you single, who y'all fucking, or they was like something about single people, something who y'all having sex with.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how it was worded, but I saw a lot of stuff saying rose, and I was like, what's the rose? I was so, it was like, I don't know why I didn't know. I want a piece of cheese. I don't know why I didn't know this already, because I've seen it. I just don't know. So I was like, who is Rose? Who are they talking about? I did a little research. I actually think I was talking to her.
That rose toy, it's like $27 on Amazon. Yeah, I know
that's cheap.
You know, black folks. I'm an Amazon influencer. Use the link in my bio.
Right.
And put in the search bar rose toy and go from there.
Yes.
So the next thing I asked was, what's the best part of living in your sexuality? I'm going to read the responses since y'all eating. They know we eat on this show. They don't care. They know it. They know it. They don't care. They eat watching us. If y'all can keep watching this,
I'm like,
I already look. I'm stressed. I'm gonna say about 30 times. This is the second time we're recording. We're making this as lit as we can be for y'all, but we done had like all these shots, and somebody done gave us some happy opinions. We got the VIP over there on the couch. I wish I could flip the camera. If y'all could see VIP right now, I'm gonna charge. How much y'all think I charge? $80 to sit in on the show?
at least 75.
You think $80 is too much?
75.
100. My manager said 100. Not my producer. My producer is Red. Y'all can't know my manager.
Yeah.
That's my wild card. My manager said 100. So $100 if you want to sit. I'm not playing. $100 if you want to sit in, and I have to. You have to write me in because I have to feel your energy because I don't let everybody in my
Y'all, the
We're gonna be selling
vibes.
tickets on the Eventbrite, so be real.
For real, y'all, the vibes.
It's deeper than Eventbrite. Like you can't just up and buy a ticket. You need to be vetted. You have to not vetted. You have to be vetted.
Yes. We know what you mean.
Yeah, because my manager owns a box company. Like for real.
Look at Bella.
And he will put them in a box. So, again, what's the best part of living in your sexuality? It's fully me and it's one of a kind because nobody can be it but me. Feeling like I'm actually liked for me and not what everyone wanted me to be. I'm not. I don't care what anyone thinks because I know who I am. Having the girls love me for me and we can enjoy life. Loving who I want to love and being loved by who I want to be loved by. I'm straight, so I don't know if there's a best part. It's kind of like a default setting for me.
Oh, man.
I allow myself to love who I want.
I'm not to cut you off, but
Right.
they
I was
like,
cut off on like 3. I was like,
because like
Oh, y'all can.
so like to go back to the one he was like, so I'm straight.
not-
so there's
oh.
like he was like I'm straight. So it's kind of like a default. Well, I'm saying he.
Is
but
it he or she?
I-
It is a he.
Okay, so he seems like
Not saying your name.
I'm.
It's a he.
He's
though.
like I'm straight, but it's kind of like a default thing. So that's kind of like basically gonna say, okay, well, I was brought up. I
This
supposed to
way.
like this. I supposed like that.
But I
so
like this.
It's
Or
not
I might
like I might be curious to try this. Or, not saying that you are,
Right.
but, you say I might be curious to other things.
Right.
So
right.
remember the episode of Insecure with Molly, right? And she had Enterprise Bay, and they talked, and it was like, he was like, hey, you ever been with the same sex? She was like, well, when I was in college, I messed with a couple of girls. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I had this guy, perform fellatio on me, and it wasn't all that, but it happened, and I'm where I am right now. And she was turned off by him.
Right.
And I feel like that's not fair because us as women, that's cool. Like, we could easily say, we had an entanglement with another female or whatever. People sing about it all the time. But men, well, from my perspective, I feel like men don't get that same respect. Like,
They don't.
Again, I think with the... Y'all gonna be like, dang, I didn't hear the first episode. But this one's good, too. But it's like, with the first one, we was like, well... How can you know if you identify how you identify if you didn't try something? Like, how can you say you don't like broccoli if you never ate broccoli?
Right.
So that's how a little bit how I feel, but at the same time I do feel like in a way that you can know that you don't like something without experimenting. But what makes it go left is when you say, oh, well, why you like that? Why you da-da-da-da? Like, don't bash what I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, right. It's like you ask me, I give you my answer. Then it's like, oh, well, you did you. Like,
that's when it becomes
like,
the red flag.
Yeah.
Again,
at that
the
point,
free
it's
will.
Like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna match me either.
Yeah. I'm stuck on the one that said I'm not. You said, what was the question?
Yeah, so the question was back to what's the best part of living in your sexuality? And they said that they not.
And I was just like, damn. Because for me, my mind goes to, damn, who are you? Male, female, how old are you? I'm sorry for you because it's like, I know what trauma that can have on you. Like, to not living your truth, it's like, I preach about that all day because it's like, you're not going to find true happiness. You're not going to find peace in life until you are living in your sexuality. Because that's a big part of you, regardless. You don't have to be a sexual person. It's not about sex. And that's another thing that I don't care for how people, like, put on another stigma. It's like being gay, being lesbian, being whatever. It's not all about sex. It's not. It's not.
And just like how with the stigma with gay males,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, you gay, you gonna get HIV. Oh, you gay, you gonna get AIDS. I mean, no, because you have straight people that have the same thing.
Exactly.
It's like you know, you just got to make sure you do what you need to do to take precautions to what you don't want to contract or what you don't want to happen.
Right.
Because, like I said, at the end of the day, everybody is grown. You are not going to do what you don't want to do.
And in every entity, like I said, it's good and bad in everything. In the religious spectrum, there are good people in the church. There are not so good people in the church. In the community, there are good gays and there are bad gays. In law enforcement, there are good cops, bad cops.
Right.
So you can't just label a race, a gender, or anything like, oh, well, all of them are good, all of them are bad, because those people that you're thinking are bad people, they might be ascending to the higher power. And then you also have those people that you're feeling like, okay, they're by the book, they're doing the right thing, and they're going down. They're descending.
Right.
So,
Facts.
you got a thought?
I did, but I lost it.
It's okay. Listen, they're used to that. Like, listen, I didn't have any happy candy again. The manager provided some happy pens, but I try to be careful because I don't want to forget what I have to say, but they know. And if it ever comes back to you, just bring it in. This is not a professional show. It's real as fuck. See, I curse. I've been trying not to curse. I curse. It's really real. So they cool. They already get it and they understand it. I had times where I was spelling my name. I spelled my name wrong. 29 years old. Don't know how to spell Chantal.
Oh, okay. And you've been spelling it for how long?
20. Well, not 29 years. What's
That's 25.
Because you went to kindergarten with.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about my life. We're gonna talk about everybody else's life. So the continuing, I'm gonna repeat the question again. What's the best part of living their sexuality? Learning what makes you happy and actually being able to enjoy those desires. Someone put some eggplant emojis, so you like meat.
Oh, okay, meat.
And you know what kind of meat you like? You like well done, medium well, medium rare.
Man, if that like eggplant, man, I don't know.
Eggplant? I don't like eggplants, but if I was to eat a vegetable that thick, I want it cooked a little bit. Not burnt, but you know, enough to where it's like a little grilled and the juices flow, a little hot.
Like a little juice.
The only hot vegetables I want to eat is like... I'm going to say you gay, but you are gay. You gay. Being open about it, freedom... I'm me, no faking or acting. I know what I want and I like. No curiosity. No, not feeling shame and embracing it. So the next thing I asked was, what's the toughest part of living in your sexuality? So instead of reading the people's responses first, I'm going to ask you first. What's the toughest part?
I would say the toughest part is the dating perspective for me, because it don't have nothing to do with being accepted or anything like that. It's just like, I talk to a lot of people about like labels and the way you present yourself and the way other people present themselves. So it's like, I mean, to an extent, I feel like labels do matter, but I don't want nobody to feel put in a box. So it's like, you don't have to say, you can just say you lesbian. That's my label. I'm not going to, the whole STEM, femme, stud thing, I don't know. And I'm saying that because the toughest thing for me is dating, because it's like, people see me as far as social media in particular. Oh, like, she a femme. Oh, she dressed like this, or she look like this, or whatever. But it's like, I'm not. Like, but I'm not, it's not like, oh, I'm a STEM, I'm a stud. No, it's just like, it's just tough to like really show yourself and who you are, because people don't see past certain things. And it's like, if you can't see past that, you're not going to really get to know the real me, because it's like, you so stuck on, oh, she this. And so it's like, I've dated people who see me as a STEM, a femme, but then it's like, you're expecting me to be prissy and to be this and to be that, but I'm not that. So it's like, are you really getting to know me, or are you just stuck on what you think I am? And so that's difficult. That's hard.
That came from the heart. I felt that one.
That's hard.
That came from your heart. What about you? So I'm going to ask again, what's the toughest part of living in your sexuality?
I would say for me, as far as like being a male, especially a black male, and not only that, from being from Mississippi, I feel like my toughest part of like living in my sexuality is the fact that, you know, like I said, I mentioned earlier, with the constant struggle of basically trying to defend your masculinity.
Yes.
A man can't do certain things. A man, like I like my shorts to be like this. A man can't wear shorts
nice
like
legs.
a man can't wear shorts like this. A man can't wear.
But who made
a
that
man,
rule?
like, right,
Who said that? Can you tell me the name of the person who said that men cannot dress like?
This episode of The Glass Mic was brought to you by Christine Collection. Christine Collection is here for all of your virgin hair needs. Our goal is to provide you with the best virgin hair along with excellent customer service. You can have a luxurious hair experience without spending a pretty penny. Not only will you look flawless in your Christine Collection bundles, but you will also feel flawless. Let's get Christined. Go on ChristineCollection.com or go on their Instagram at Christine Collection and let them know that the Glass Mic sent you. Love y'all.
It's just like, for me, I kind of feel like it is kind of tough to kind of like live in your sexuality. But I feel like once you get to that point to where you accept you and you be like, fuck what other people think, then it just boom. It is what it is. But a lot of people, they are not strong enough to get past that point of what other people think. Because like, it took me a minute to get to that point. To where I'm like, I don't care, whatever, fuck it. I'm wearing this. I'm wearing my thong sandals. And like, even when I got my nose pierced.
The only thing we judge is if you put lotion on your feet or not.
I do.
No, I'm saying in general when it comes to sandals. Like, I don't care if you got them hot shorts or you got sandals. Are you ashy? If you ashy, we're going to talk about you. We're going to take a picture and put in the group chat. Not if you a male or female.
See, I'm going to make sure I get my manicures, pedicures. I have a bottle of lotion in my...
Because I'm about to say, come on,
like,
Petty.
you know, I gotta keep...
Can we kind of break away from the discussion question? So this is a stereotype that I'm about to put in. What is the secret with y'all having good skin?
I mean, I just generally have good skin. Like, I just so happen to, my family has good skin. Even though, like, now my face kind of breaking out or whatever.
Where?
Like here.
I don't see it. You must need a microscope.
I'm about to say, talking about something right here.
So, I got like a little hair bump or whatever. But anyway, but still, like, my family just, like, generally has good skin. So, like, not only that, I kind of moisturize with, like, Ambi soap, cocoa butter. Those are my...
That's the meat and potatoes
like,
we needed.
Those are my two go-to.
Because it's like women, we be buying these $200, $300 creams and hormonal acne enter the chat, period bumps enter the chat, and it's like, what in the world? We buying Olay and all these hard to pronounce names. Meanwhile, you know, guys washing their balls with their towel, putting it on their face, and their face is pure. So it's like, okay, do I need to use stuff that come from the balls?
No, I don't do that. But I normally just use like shea butter, Ambi soap, and I just moisturize my face, wash it, and I just put cocoa butter on. Yeah. Even growing up, my mom, we always use cocoa butter lotion, so that's really all I know. Okay. So yeah, just Ambi soap and cocoa butter. That's all I use. Now I can't speak for everybody else who have these long drawn out skincare routines because I don't have.
Listen, that could be a whole different time.
I'm about to say it's a whole lot because I kind of want to piggyback.
Your skin look good too.
Oh, thank you. I kind of want to piggyback because I'm like, like I said, my best friend is a gay guy. Or one of my best friends. I have two best friends, male, female. The female straight and the male gay. So it's just like, we just a whole mix. But it's like, with him, it's like, it's the good skin. And it's like, as far as like, even decor, it's like, damn, like, you decorate better than me. And it's like it's a whole stigma, like you were saying, as far as like good skin, good whatever.
And it's almost like they're better gentlemen.
And I saw something the other day that was like, anything that women do good, it's men, but it's even sometimes gay men do be like makeup, hair, and it's like y'all are bomb. Like, I don't know.
Like the majority of my hairstylists are men.
But see, like, there's I ain't got that part.
I've got that part.
I can't do no hair. I can't do no makeup. I can't decorate. I barely know how to cook. So I didn't get that part. I ain't get that part. I ain't get that part at all. Like, if you go to my apartment is very simple.
Yeah. You got an air mattress on the floor?
No, I don't have air mattress.
Okay, we running out.
Look, I got a little bedroom. I got a little one.
The sheets match.
They do.
Okay.
Look, with my little sectional couch. You know, like I said,
okay, we get it.
We gonna see.
I'm very simple and to the point, but I mean, I guess that's just me. Period. Like, I'm just very, very simple and to the point. It's like certain things I will go out of the way for.
Yeah.
But just generally, I'm just simple and to the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I asked the people again. I read the questions. So I asked, what was the toughest part of your living in your sexuality? And I guess I answered the question for me too. Like, it's really not a tough part. Again, well, I could say as far as my relationships, each person was different that I dated. So I like to date people that's open minded. Like, I want to date someone that I feel like everybody wants, just like me, because I feel like everybody and their mama want me. They daddy too, and it's like, I want a person that I feel is attractive, like they look good, they have a great mind, they are well off themselves, they are every woman's fantasy, and they're every man's ideal role model. But they're so in tune with themselves where they respect that, but they don't act on it just because they can get it. And I'm the same way, and I want them to feel the same way about me. And the hard part is not everyone that I ran into felt that way. I've had some people that was like, no, you don't need to talk about your past experience. Like, that makes me look bad. Or, you know, that's just, you doing too much. Like, don't do that. Dumb it down. And I don't ask you to dumb nothing down. Right. You know what I'm saying? So why would you want me to do that? So that would be the toughest part. But again, when it's a genuine relationship, that's not the case. But in my opinion, that was my toughest part. For the people, they said nothing, because in life, people are going to love you or hate you. I like women, and some people don't. Women are a piece of work. You just gotta find, like I told the last guy on the episode, I said you gotta find the right one. Yes. You have to find the right one, because there's some women. Again, like, that's just what I was going back to saying. You can't cast out a certain gender, race, a domination, or a role or whatever, because it's good and bad in all of them. Yeah. The people is hurt while I figured it out and being segregated from being in my truth. For being in my truth, not there are so many things I would like to explore. Finding someone who can actually turn me on mentally first. You are a sapiosexual. Shout out to you. I used to confuse sapiosexual with pansexual, because with pansexual, that's where you have an attraction no matter the gender. So if you find yourself falling into someone and you liking their spirit or whatever, and they're trans, you probably like, well, dang, am I attracted to trans? Would they make me queer? That you just, like y'all both said, you just like what you like.
So what's sapio? Like, sapio is what the mind.
Sapio is like the mind. So let's just say, well, both of y'all. So you identify as lesbian. You identify like what you like. And so let's just say I like both of the ways that y'all are thinking, and I think that's very attractive. It might make me want to question, like, well, damn, am I gay? Like, do I want to be with women, or do I want to be with you? Like you said, you like what you like, so does that make me bisexual too? But no, like, sapio is, I'm attracted to your mind. It had nothing to do with your gender. Like, yeah, you carrying the eggplant, you carrying a peach, but you know, I'm trying to be safe. I'm working on my vocabulary, but that has nothing to do with it. Now, sometimes I could be attracted to your mind, and you just happen to be a woman or a man. But again, like I said, my end goal, as far as relationship wise, is me with a straight man. But in my mind, again, I feel like I can get anybody I want. I feel like anybody and everybody wants me, whether you bi, straight, pan, trans, A, B, C, D, E, it don't matter. Someone else said, there are so many things there are so many things I would like to explore. Finding someone who can actually turn me on mentally first. I read it. Being labeled as the bad guy because of her past relationship issues. That's gaslighting. That's another episode.
I was like, wait.
I'm gonna read it again, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel. You said being labeled as the bad guy because of her past relationship issues.
And what was the question?
What is the toughest part of living in your sexuality? So that's why I said all women ain't shit. I'm cussing again. I love y'all. But all women aren't like that. That's obvious. There are some good women and there are some trifling women. But again, you have to be in tune with you. So let's just say I'm a millionaire, right? And you may say you are a millionaire. You have money. You on your shit. You saying that. But she might be saying, girl, I remember when you didn't have a dime. What if you lose your money tomorrow? You all about money. You think you this. You think you that. At the end of the day, no matter what she said, and I love you said a complimentary answer that was accurate, but it really don't matter what you say. It matters what my bank account says and what I'm doing. So if I'm not in tune with myself and I listen to her saying these negative things about me, that's gonna bring me down. But I'm still a millionaire. But because I'm not living in my millionaire life, I'm really holding on to what she said. Like, she calling me broke, and I feel like I'm broke, but my account not saying I'm broke.
With you.
Yes. So that's the same
that's
thing.
all with them. So no,
it's the same thing.
Like you said, yes.
Do not. You said past. Leave her in the past up in the past.
Because the question was about you and your sexuality, like you and how you feel.
Right.
So whatever she got going on, he got going on, like that don't have nothing to do with you. Because you can address that. You can be aware of that. Because that does happen. It does happen. People come into relationships with baggage. People do have a past life, but it's like that don't have nothing to do with you. And it's like who you are, that's who you are. And it's like
sure. Because that's what I had to learn. I had to learn to. Like, everybody is not going to put me through the same thing that I went through with my ex. Because, like I told y'all, I've only been in 2 serious relationships. Mm-hmm. One lasted from I was, like, 19 to, like, 23, 24. Mm-hmm. And then the other one was, like, a year. And within that point, within that year, I ended up getting engaged, all this kind of stuff. But then in the midst of it... Yeah, I was engaged. But like in the midst of it, I went to basic training, all this kind of stuff, and the person that I was engaged to was like cheating on me with. They was like in a full blown relationship with one of my close friends. Wow. So like, and when I found out about it, it really hurt me. But at the same time, I have to learn that what I went through in the past was only building me up for what I'm dealing with now. Right. So like the person I'm talking to now, like. Is like everything that I wanted, but at the same time, I still have my moments to where I feel like, wait a minute, this too good to be true, because of what happened in the past, right. And what I had to understand was, this person is not them. Mm-hmm. I have to give this person a fair chance to show me that they are not like them, to show me that there are other things that are out there on the table, that what I went through in the past was. People who weren't mature, people who wanted a relationship but didn't want the idea of actually being in one. So, I said that wrong. They wanted the idea of a relationship but didn't actually want to be in one. But, I mean, I just feel like with that person actually coming, I feel like, let that hurt go. Yeah. Because what it's going to do is all it's going to cause you to just have all type of resentment for the next person. It's going to cause you to feel like, oh, well, this is what I went through in my last relationship. Because I did that. Yeah. I was like, this is what I went through in my last relationship. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Had all these excuses, all these justifications as to why I was doing certain things, why I was saying certain things, why I was feeling certain ways. But all I had to do was let the hurt go. Yeah. Even though it took me to a point to where I almost went to jail to actually be like, it's time for me to let this go. Right. But it's like everybody has that different moment to where they reach to where it's time for me to let that go. Right. Yes. So yeah, son, it's time for you to let it go.
Come on. Basically. Yeah. Yes. And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people do that. And it might be, I'm not going to go too off of the subject because you have to read the responses. But do you feel that you going from that toxic relationship into finding someone that is healthier for you? Do you feel that you needed that toxic relationship to appreciate the healthy relationship? Like, do you think that would have changed the trajectory if you didn't date them?
Yes, most definitely.
You think you wouldn't have took them as serious?
Yeah, most definitely. Because for one, if it wasn't for me going through that toxic state, I wouldn't have never found out who I really am, who I am trying to be, where I'm trying to go, what I will accept in a relationship, what I won't accept in a relationship. Right. If it wasn't for that bad time, I wouldn't be able to appreciate the good times now. So therefore, like, even though, like I said, at first I was going, I'm like, what you doing? Why you doing? You know, like questioning things when this person has never given me any reason to doubt or question anything that they've said, anything that they've done, any movement, because it's like there's like a different, you can tell the difference. This person is actually into me. This person wants to date me. This person wants to know about me. This person is about me. It's not about, oh, okay, well, I'm talking to you, but I'm still talking to you on Instagram. You like my picture on Facebook. You want to be in my DMs on Snapchat. Right. It's not about that. So, therefore, that's why I'm like, when it comes to actually dating, a lot of people, like I said, want the idea of it, but they actually don't want to do what it takes to actually keep a relationship, keep their commitment. That is like, they go through the face, because I see it on Facebook, on social media all the time. 1 minute, especially with like gay guys, 1 minute you're in the is me and babe, we this, we that. Y'all been dating for like 3 months. Next thing you know, I love you. Next thing you know, y'all living together. Then y'all live together for 2 months. Then I can't stand that bitch. I'm like, yo, that's too much. Like I'm like that's too much. Because like I mean I lived with one person that like I saying dated with 2 people. Okay. I lived with we had an apartment together, and I feel like once we got the apartment together, that's where we clashed the most. That's what we clashed the most because I guess we were around each other more. Little things I would do that would get on his nerve. Little things he would do that would get on my nerve. And we would argue and bicker about the smallest things.
It don't even be about nothing.
So that's why like now I have my moments to where I feel like oh, this should have went, this is the other. I'm voicing my opinion. I feel like I'm voicing my opinion, but when I'm really in, semi-argument mode or in defense mode. And it was like, the person I date or whatever was like, you're spending too much time on the small things. What do we, what about the times where we're coming to things that's bigger than what you have an issue with now? You've been to spend all your time on something that we can talk about and work through versus what we should really be saving that energy for that's more
fixing the problem.
Right. So then I was like, I had to think about it. I was like, you know what, you're right. So that's why it's like now I'm to the point to where I would rather talk about it. And thankfully I'm with somebody who would rather talk to me versus let it try to sweep it under the rug. Because I get to a point to where I would just shut down. And this person brings it out of me like, what's wrong? And nothing. No, sit down, talk, what's wrong? And then, so, like I said, yeah, most definitely, if it wasn't for me going through those toxic stages, I would not accept where I am now. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't know how to take it.
Hit me.
Kudos to you.
That hit me.
Now, this next response is a little different. They said, very private person when it comes to my sexuality and dating. It's not fully accepted with my career. I'm not able to live out loud, so it's made me... Okay, I guess they weren't able to finish the part. But I get the gist. Being mindful of my speech. Being misunderstood. I get bored. Am I reading the same thing? Okay. Too many beautiful women, and I can't have them all. The guys. People associating me being a lesbian because of my past. As a woman who's been with women but not now, would I be bi or straight? Being over-sexualized, being open about it. People assume that I'm homophobic because I'm so pro-heterosexual. None. Cycles in childbirth.
Wow. So I kind of feel like that, not the last one, but the one before that. They kind of bump heads. Yeah. You say...
The people assume I'm homophobic because I'm so
pro-heterosexual. I feel like they kind of bump heads. And the reason why I say that, because if you're pro-heterosexual, that means you're condemning the next person because of who they are. Right. So just like you wouldn't want anybody to condemn you or try to feel like a certain type of way by you being pro-heterosexual. I feel like, that's kind of like, you're stepping forward but still stepping backwards. Because I get it. I kind of feel like it's kind of hard for you to be pro-heterosexual, but not homophobic.
Okay. And what about you? Tell me your standpoint.
I was about to say I completely agree with that, even on the other side, because for me to be homosexual, I had to catch myself, and this was a little while back. I had to catch myself talking to my straight friends, basically talking to my straight girlfriends, why you ain't gay? Not saying that, but I feel like that's the energy I was giving. And it's because I would say stuff like, oh, women just understand you more and they love you better. They do whatever better. They this, they that. And it's I was so pro-gay, so pro-lesbian, so pro, homo, to where I know a couple of my straight friends was like, damn, so I can't be with a man? Are you saying it's bad? And it's I feel like it's literally the other, it's the same, the other way around. And it's because people look at heteros as normal. None of us are normal.
Right.
Nobody's normal. Like, it's no norm. Like, it's like, yeah, it's like you can say that because it's like this is what's accepted. But at the end of the day, there's so many, like, especially in 2021, it's like there's so many, like, homo, gay, lesbian, whatever you want to call yourself, because it's no, like I said, like, it's LGBTIQ. They're going to keep adding letters until I don't know.
It's going to be the whole alphabet
like,
after a while.
At this point, like, I don't know. Like, so it's like, at the end of the day, like, we just are who we are. And it's like you said, I don't care for that because it's just like, I mean, you can't be super pro because it makes me, when I hear that word pro, it just makes me think you're so against the other.
Right.
So, and it's just like, it's like, no, because it's like you can't be, I'm not, even though I am lesbian, I'm not about to be pro homo. Like, no, like, it's just, you like who you like, I like who I like. Don't speak about it. That's you. That's like, just.
Because that's where it comes to where you have their respect.
Yeah.
That's where their respect comes in. So I have respect for you. What you got going, you have respect for me. What we got going, we can cohabitate. We can get along. We can exist. We can, do whatever.
Because there's a big difference between being, I'm hetero versus I am homophobic. It's a big difference. I had to kind of let go of a person, that I called a friend because they came out as homophobic. And it was against guys. He didn't care about the girls. It was a straight male who I had been cool with. And it's like, he didn't care about the females, like, that's cool, whatever. No, niggas, I can't get with that. I can't get with that. And it's like, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
And I had to look at it like, okay, because I look at y'all as my family, like my brothers. Like, when people talk about LGBT, a lot of the time, especially in Dallas, I don't know about nowhere else because I lived in Atlanta for a while. Shout out to the A. Because I love it. Like, I'm ready to move back. But I know in Dallas, the women are separated from the guys. So you got the lesbian events and the lesbian clubs, and you got the gay events and the gay boy clubs. But it's like, I look at us as a family. So anytime that I come in contact or encounter a gay guy, it's like, hey, bro. Like, hey, brother. Like, I just feel like we're a family because it's LGBT. And it's just like, that's just how I feel. So when it's like somebody out hetero, I don't care who they are. Black, white, purple, I don't care. It's like, if you're so against them, you're against people that I stand for. So it's like, I can't look at you the same because it's like, why are you judging? Why do you feel that way? And it's just like, that's just how I feel.
Yes.
Because, no, it's the same.
Yeah, I have some legit responses. So it actually leads into this next question. I asked, in today's climate, do you feel discussing your sexuality is needed, or should people mind their business? I'm gonna let you go first with that. What percentage you think said?
Oh, I thought this was because I was gonna let you.
He was like,
let the chopper say.
I thought you had, but as far as percentage,
so
I'm have to go with like probably about 75-80%.
So 75% that they would be open to talk, and the other would be mind your business.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 75. What about you?
Mind your business, I feel like it's 60.
60.
And the other one 40.
Okay. So the thing that I preach with every episode is confidence. Be confident in whatever you answer. Are y'all confident with y'all answers?
Yeah, I'm confident.
Okay. So 56, shout out to me. 56% said that they feel discussing sexuality is needed. And 44% said people should mind their business. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, that was kind of a loaded question. Now, when I say people should mind their business, I feel like on these job applications, when it asks you your sexuality, unless you are a sex worker, it should not matter. Like, if you're working as an engineer for Apple, why do you care about my sexual preference? Because whether I like men or women, I need to honor the HR code and not sexually assault my coworkers. Mm-hmm. But that's what I mean when it says people should mind their business. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as discussing, I think that discussions are safe because it's so many people who are living lives that they're not comfortable with, and there are so many things that can be avoided. But like, if you're working a job and you are being an engineer for Apple, like, it doesn't matter what my sexual preference is. Regardless of if I like a man or a woman, I need to honor the code and not sexually assault my coworker. Yeah. But if you're a sex worker, that, of course, that's totally different because that's your thing.
Right.
Now, as far as the open discussions, I think that needs to be had because it will help people feel more comfortable about themselves, because of course society tells us, look, Ken and Barbie is Ken and Barbie, and again, everyone has their right to their opinion of whether Ken and Ken can date Barbie and Barbie or Ken and Barbie. That's your opinion. Right. But again, no matter what your higher calling is, no one is equivalent to being a judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't say, well, oh, you gonna go here because you like this, or you gonna go there because you like that. Right. You have to answer to what you have to answer to. But you should have that free right. And I think that the open conversation should be needed, because we all say that, hey, we're trying to break generational curses, and we're so much on breaking the generational curse of poverty. Like, hey, I want to get my family at the hood, I want my mama a house. But you also have other curses you need to break
Mental
too.
health.
Mental health.
Yes, that's most definitely.
Drug addiction, sexual orientation. It's the list can go on and on all night. Right. So I just want someone to feel like, hey, I only have one life. So avoid a marriage, avoid a relationship, avoid a friendship that you think is the right thing to do, and live in your truth, versus you trying to please mom, dad, grandma, uncle, and they probably battled the same exact thing. That's the whole gist of the episode. And another one is to not judge. Like, I want to have a free conversation. And if you don't like it, okay, walk away from the conversation. Right. You know, if it's on something on social media you don't like, you don't have to comment. Just don't like the post and swipe up.
Keep going.
If you don't like the episode, you know, I listen to podcasts too. And it's some podcasts I love to death, but if it's a certain episode, like, no offense to nobody, but this is my opinion. I had a podcast I love, and they had Derrick Jackson on there. I did not listen to the episode because I don't resonate with Derrick Jackson. Gotcha. Somebody else might. I'm not going to judge you because you like him. I just don't resonate with him. Yes. So, again, with this episode, if this is something you don't like, don't listen to it. I don't want you to comment and be like, sending hate mail to one of y'all on Instagram. Because that makes me feel like, okay, are you battling this too?
Because guess what? If I see it in the comments, I'm coming for you.
Box. Okay. So the last thing that I asked them was, what's some advice you would give to someone who's battling coming to terms with their sexuality? I'm going to read the advice first from the people, and then y'all, or do y'all want to go first and then I read?
Can we go and then you read?
Okay. Yeah, since you asked, you're going to go first.
Okay. Read it from one more time so I can have it fresh.
Okay. So, what's some advice you would give to someone who's battling coming to terms with their sexuality?
Okay. So, the best advice I can give y'all is, I feel like that y'all are almost, I want to say, more blessed or more lucky, because in today's times, that doesn't change the people that we dealing with, but just in today's times, it's more accepted, and it's just not as frowned upon as when we were younger. Because this probably started for us back in the 04, 05, like something.
Yeah, my demographic is different. Like, I'm in my late 20s. I'm 29. I'll be 30 in October. And my demographic ranges from as low as 22 as high as 45. So, and y'all ain't babies and y'all ain't old. I respect y'all, but that's just the norm. It is. So with me being in that age group, it was both from what we didn't see shows or songs that was explicit about same sex, and now it's more open where we're seeing different. It on Sesame Street. Like Ernie and Bert, we already knew they had a close relationship, but now Sesame Street says, hey, they identify as a same sex couple.
Or like you know, on Rugrats, Phil and Lil mom,
and we knew that. Like growing up, we knew that mom was a masculine woman and she dated Howard. And we didn't think anything about it. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, okay, it's out there. And then you have some of those homophobic people that's like, I don't want my kids to watch this. But let me tell you, I grew up, I don't like gory stuff, but I've seen action movies where people got robbed. I played Grand Theft Auto where I had to shoot somebody, and I love getting the money dangling around them. I heard get that money, drive that car. But I'm not doing it in real life. I'm not taking people money in real life and shooting them in real life. So it
don't matter.
And it's the same thing. And again, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have your opinion. If you don't feel that you agree with gay rights, that's your opinion. Nobody's saying that. What makes it go to a red flag is when you try to belittle someone for their opinion. Right. And that's no matter what your beliefs are. Again, I'm team Christianity. And again, I just want to solidify, no matter what you have as far as your religious belief, a true person in their truth knows, like, look, you have free will. Do what you want. Yeah. Now, it is certain things I frown upon. Like, I frown upon bestiality when you mess with an animal, or if you are a grown-ass person messing with a kid. Like, ain't no nothing for that. But if you are a grown woman like another grown woman, a grown man like another grown man, what am I going to do?
What's the wrong in that? I feel like, because at one point I used to feel like, if they legal, then this. But I'm like, even if they're legal, like that still have a child mentality. So
as far as like they
yeah, so you like they still have a child mentality. So the only thing you can really get out of them is probably sex. That's really it. You can't be in a serious relationship with somebody that's that young.
No.
But
especially if you're at a certain age.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's a different topic. So if you like
I'm
21
gonna say,
and you're
okay.
dating, if you're 21 dating a 55-year-old, we not look. That's your thing.
They
Again,
need to go to Ayana to fix my life.
but see, again, that's an opinion. That's why I said it gets too deep. So of course, the meat and potatoes is you love what you love and you had that free will. The only way it's a question mark and we have to speak up is if it's something that's like illegal. 21 is a legal age.
Yeah.
And like I said, you had the right to have that opinion. Right. But at the same time, you ain't around here telling somebody, you see a 21, 55-year-old walking around, hey, y'all need to date. You ain't doing that. Right. So it's not an offense. So what you said was not an offense. And I'm glad that you said that because it just shows you have a right to have an opinion, but also free will. So again, the question was, what's some advice you would give to someone battling comes to terms with their sexuality? What do you think?
More so just like walking your truth. Because at the end of the day, nobody's living in your body but you. Nobody's waking up to the brain that you're waking up to but you. So it's like if you're waking up and you're not living in your truth, you're going to be stressing, you're going to be sad, you're going to be depressed. It's like, oh, I can't even do this, or I can't post this, or I can't say this, or I can't whatever this. And I'm saying post because social media is so like, it's just so big in our day and time. And it's just like...
It's worse than school.
It really is.
Right, I feel like in school I could just get away with some things. Right. But social media, you like right there on Front Street.
Right. Like school is one thing, and that was in person. But like, it's just like, you would really be battling if you were... I understand that sometimes you feel like, oh, my family's going to do this, or such as is going to do this. That's when you just got to separate yourself. Because if you sit here and you keep these ties... Because what we talk about... We're not talking about mental health today, but I want to talk about it.
Oh, you want to come back? Everybody want to come. Everybody wants to come back.
I'm gonna come back, so y'all gonna see me again.
Everybody wants to come back on the show, and they look. I like her confidence. That's why she was saying she has a dominant personality.
I do,
and it's very flattering. I like it, but I'm dominant too. So
damn.
You know what? This is not Tinder. We're not gonna do that.
I've never been on Tinder, and you know we're gonna have this little one piece. I'm gonna read the advice, but I just don't see myself downloading a dating app because I do identify as a sapiosexual, which means I'm attracted to the mind. And I just feel like I'm very beautiful. I'm not saying that. But I don't want anyone to like me because I uploaded a nice picture. Because I can make my ass look like fat on one angle, but if you only with me because I got a fat ass and my hair look right that day, but in my everyday life I'm walking around with my little different world head and my tomboy stuff, you're gonna feel like I catfished you, but I didn't. But of course with those apps you have to put your best photogenic foot forward. And I just want somebody that's in love with my mind, because that's not going to change.
I mean, like, even in a sense, I kind of feel like, you know, with some people that do go on dating apps, you have some people that are like socially awkward, like me. I'm socially awkward.
Really?
So yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
Like I'm socially awkward. So you have some people that want to approach you in person, but don't know how to. They don't know how you're going to accept it. They don't know how And you also have people that are afraid of being turned down. You have people that are afraid of rejection. So therefore, that's going to also cause them not to try to approach you in person. Yeah. And their best way is to get through online dating or social media.
Well, yeah, so the social media part, I can respect that part, because if you talk to me on social media, not only are you seeing how I look, but you're also seeing where my state of mind is. Because you have these woke women and woke men that can post a good meme or two, but I think eventually as a sapiosexual, and I'm attracted to other sapiosexuals, I feel like another sapiosexual will see behind the meme that I post and the picture that I have and be like, okay, I can kind of tell her character a little. Right. Because some people can put on a good facade on social media and be like,
but it's like, who are you really?
I'm empowered, I'm this and that, but we could see right through that.
Because I'm going to say, I would,
it's okay. They're used to it. Do not feel ashamed. I'm proud of me, because the only reason I'm proud of me because I ain't had no edibles, because they know me. I forget stuff all the time. They're used to it.
So I'm going to say, since now that I'm dating again, because like I hadn't dated anybody since anybody seriously since 2016.
Oh, wow.
That's when...
Now, it's a difference between dating and having sex.
So
You ain't gotta agree, disagree. I'm just telling you.
No, it is.
It's a
so
difference.
it's been a while since I dated somebody seriously. And like I said, 2016 was the last time that I actually did that. And I'm going to say the one thing that stood out to me with this person is when we first met, you know, how you go get to know each other. He was like, only thing I want is for you to be yourself.
Wow.
That's what's up.
And once I I'm like being myself 100%. I'm just being me. Mm-hmm. So therefore I don't have to worry about what I should and shouldn't say, what I can and can't wear, what I choose to watch and not watch. Because I was in like my first relationship. I feel like I couldn't be myself, even though we were like a couple of months apart. We were like a few months apart or whatever. But the person I was dating was hanging around older people, so they wanted to do older things, while I'm still sitting here with a 19-year-old mindset. So I couldn't really be myself when we went around certain people. We went certain places. So with this person telling me, just be yourself, I'm accepting you for you, do what you want to do, that was like, that was everything.
So quick question, looking back at that relationship, do you feel that that person that was dictating how you should be as a person, do you feel like they had insecurities within themselves?
Knowing them now, yes. Knowing them, yes.
That was a rhetorical question I wanted the people to hear, because most of the time when someone is telling you how to be yourself, it's because they're trying to project how they feel about themselves on you. Yeah. And that's not healthy. And that's called gaslighting, and that can easily be a trauma. So if you're in that and you're questioning, like, okay, someone's telling me how to live, how I can talk, you want to be with someone that makes you feel down. Like, again, I just put myself out there and said that I've been with women. So this point forward, like, if you are a man that's not comfortable with my past, because I can't go back and reverse that. You know, this look like a Man in Black pen, but it ain't. You gonna get high off the hookah, but it ain't gonna reverse nothing. You know, you cannot do that. So you have to be in tune with yourself to know, like, look, you my woman. Like, yeah, you been woman, and the little vein in me, that's stick a turn on. You know, you want to make something happen. Now, y'all know it's cool, but you know I'm a man at the end of the day. And it's like, you have to love me for who I am, because I want to love you the same way. Like, that DNA ain't on me no more or in me anymore. Do you have any advice that you want to give someone battling come to terms before I read the people's advice?
Baby, she done answered this question 3 times.
She did. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna look. I was gonna that. I told y'all, look, they done brought this exotic ass cartage. I'm gonna ask at the end of the show, where did it come from? I'm gonna send them an email too.
You ain't gonna be the answer to that. I was gonna talk about what
dangerous.
he was talking about.
This is dangerous. I'm gonna edit it.
Let me answer. I ain't even answer.
Go ahead. Ooh.
So let me give y'all some advice.
Man.
But the advice I would give, just like basically like I said, be you. Don't give a fuck about what nobody say to you, because at the end of the day, they got stuff that they hide, and they got things that they're not comfortable with themselves. It's all kind of things that you know what you want out of life. You know where you want to go in life. And it's a gay couple on YouTube that I watch. Terrell and Jarius. When I say I love their YouTube channel. Like, they have like 2 kids.
I was talking about those ones with 2 kids.
Yeah, they have 2 kids, a little boy and a little girl.
They have a house, and they
yes, like they like basically, it's like they giving you family, but only difference is 2 dads. And they still giving the same love and care and everything, and they give you that welcoming feel. And I was like, you know, this is what I want. Like, this is what I want. So therefore, I feel like if this is what you want, you can't give a fuck about what nobody got to say. No, because at the end of the day, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, we married, we in love, these are our kids, I'm finna walk down. We finna walk in Target, holding hands. I'm finna kiss you, whatever the case may be. Which is another thing, like, I've become more comfortable with since being here. Like, I'm comfortable with
in Texas versus Mississippi.
Yeah, in Texas versus Mississippi, I've become more comfortable with it because of the fact that it's not frowned upon as much here as it is there.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole freaking gay strip. So I'm like, you know, it's not as frowned upon as it is in Mississippi. So yeah, if me and the person I'm dating, he wants to hold my hand in public, I'm gonna hold his hand. Yeah. He wants to kiss me, I'm gonna kiss him, because the fact that this is who I want, this is who I want to be with. I'm not gonna hide it because Karen is uncomfortable.
Right. Exactly. And it's like, I'm just gonna say a little bit on that too. Not for real.
I love you.
But I'm like,
for
real.
Because, like, for me, it's like what you were saying as far as, like, your past relationship versus your current relationship. Because it's like, it's nothing but growth. It's nothing but maturity, age, time. Like, you get experience through that. And that's why when she asked earlier, do you feel like you going through that helps form who you are today? And it's like, yes, because we have to go through those things. Yes. So it's like, I can look back to past relationships like, oh, I was this, I was that. Because it's not always the other person. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you. And I appreciated how you said that. Because sometimes it's me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so it's like in certain situations or certain relationships, it's like, oh, I was doing this, I was doing this. So I can say, like, for one of my past relationships, like, I thought I knew it all, and I thought this and I thought that, but it's like that wasn't the case. She was older than me, like, it was just, I don't know, it was just different. But then I learned from that, and then that's when you progress and move to the next thing. And then it's like, from there, you just have to apply what you know and keep going. And it's like, once you get somebody like what you talking about, I mean, that's what it's about. If somebody want to communicate with you, somebody want to love you, let them. And people, I feel like, have a hard time doing that because it's like, oh, I'm so used to this, or I didn't experience this, how we was talking about getting past certain things. And it's just like, once you know that, how can you stay in that? Right. Because we all want happiness, we all want love. We don't want to be stuck in that. Right. And it's just like, move forward and just
because I'm gonna say, like, my first relationship, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me to actually just move on because that was who I was comfortable with. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was who I kind of let my guard down for or whatever. But at the same time, there was also the person that I basically paid for all of my learning experience. Yeah. When I say paid, I mean paid. Yeah. Talking about car repairs from where I done messed your car up because we got into it. Yeah. Court fee. It's like, it took that for me to be like, why, like, what's really going on? Like, why are you dealing with this? But it takes you to go from dang near your lowest point to accept where you are now. So I feel like I said before, I feel like if I would have never went through those situations, I wouldn't accept where I am now. Mm-hmm. Even though I still had times to where I had my little insecurities, but I mean, I wouldn't say normal, but I'm human. Human nature. I'm human.
It's human. Like, that's the definition of normal. And I love this piece so much because how y'all say you identify as me, you identify as lesbian. It don't matter how you identify. You just said things that we could relate to. Everybody. It's the same thing. We've all been through a toxic relationship where we might have been the toxic partner or the victim partner. Like, it's the same thing. So if we're all running the same race, just in different uniform, why knock me because of the color of my uniform? Right. Yeah, I'm serious. Oh, yeah. That's the whole point of this episode. And again, if you made it this far, it's not to make you turned out. It's not to make you homophobic. I'm serious, because when you hear LGBT episode, you thinking, oh, she must be promoting, trying to make everybody like, no, it's not. And if you're thinking like that, I'm hoping this episode made you think again, because I have a lot of people that come on the show and they think a certain way. It could be something as simple as a woman's body all the way up until this point. And I'm just telling you, like, we don't have any room to judge because we're all going through the same thing. Even if you're that person what we were talking about, if you are a young age, you're like an older person, you're going to do the same thing too. Sure. If you like somebody and you're Asian and you're attracted to somebody that's Italian, the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah. So we cannot judge. And we're trying to break that rule knock on wood, you know, if I live my life, I lived a great life.
Yeah.
But my life purpose is to tell y'all, like, it's okay to be who you are. And whoever they is, you can't even name who they are. They said that the rules are what they are. So I'm not going to keep us any longer. I'm going to go ahead and read the advice, and then we're going to keep kicking. Again, I asked, what's some advice you would give to someone who's battling coming to terms with their sexuality? Live your life. People are going to love you, and people are going to hate you. That's in the Bible. King Solomon. There's a time for good, there's a time for bad. Again, if that's not your calling, I don't push that on you. But no matter where you are, if you're into the other things like Confucius, Buddhism, it's the same principle. Love. Be you and be a light and be your truth. No rules. Be you. Fuck them people. Be you. Live your best life. Fuck everybody else. I'm cussing for y'all because this is what y'all wrote.
That's the one there. Fuck them people.
Fuck them people. Because most of the people that have a problem with you, they had that same problem internally. Love yourself to the fullest. Whatever people say about your sexuality, you won't care at all. Put yourself first. F what people think. Y'all like me. I'm trying to stop cussing, but I failed tonight. Live your life because other people are living their lives. Yes, those same people that's judging you, they got families across the border. Got 10 kids, don't even go see about them. Cheating on their wife. They ain't even married. Got common law marriage, just trifling.
And I'm gonna end real quick.
Come on.
When you said F them people and them people gonna, you know, they gonna go on about their life. I'm gonna go back to the guy who was like the girl from the past, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you holding on to whatever she did in the past. She gone on about her business. She going to sleep with no problem. She can write a status or give a comment or advice about what she been through with no problem. But it's like, because she good. So
she doing it because she want to keep a pet, like she want to keep a leash on you because you know that fucks with you.
Right, and then so therefore, because I was him, I ain't gonna lie.
We've all been in that. I've been in a point where I was gaslighting and I believed whatever that person said. Because they knew that was a trigger for me. And they were like, well, oh, you ain't da-da-da-da. And I felt that because, again, I wasn't feeling that confidence in myself. But once I found that confidence in myself and I entered that same person that was saying the same thing, I'm like, look, you need to go put a mirror in your face.
You can't tell me nothing.
Nothing, not
when I got that confidence.
Purr. Big purr. Live from acceptance, not for acceptance. Be you. Love yourself and know that God loves you no matter your preference. It's your choice, no one else's, so do what's best for you. Embrace who you were made to be. Live in a way that makes you happy and fulfilled. Live in your truth. So I think these are great answers. Yeah. You know, and with that being said, I don't think I have to read a listener letter because it was so much advice poured in from y'all and also the people. Like, that was a lot. And that could be applied in so many ways. Not even your sexuality. But let's just say,
like everyday life.
Just whatever you, like, you only live one life. And again, the greatest judge of all time isn't coming down to smack you on the wrist for your choices. So nobody else, we're all equal. Like, we don't have that right to judge you either. So you only live once. Make sure you make that count. Please.
So in layman's terms, fuck them people.
Yes, in his terms, in the civil ones, live your life and have confidence. I told you I'm trying to be that little hippie teacher with the little ladybugs and the flowers on her head. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. This is our second recording. I really like this one better. The first one was good too, but I really like this one. And I want to smoke some hookah some more. And my helper done fell asleep on me. I think both of my helpers fell asleep on me.
But we good though. We got
They're so sad. They not worth a dang. But we're gonna go ahead and get these plugins.
It's the behind the scenes crew for me.
It's the behind the scenes. They ain't worth it. So again, if you want your letter to be read on the show, write in info@theglassmic or DM the Glass Mic. So the email is info@theglassmic.com. The Instagram is the Glass Mic. So in the subject line, put advice on unscripted vents. So you can also place your IG handle if you want some followers, or if you want to be anonymous, that's fine too. Last time, I know y'all said y'all Instagram names, but if there's any plugins, like if y'all have anything y'all want the people to know that you're doing currently, you can say your Instagram name again and that, or just your Instagram name and keep going.
All right, y'all. So I told y'all I'm Brienne Danae. Brienne, that's my first and middle name, by the way. Brienne's BREANN. Danae is DANAE. So my Instagram is BREANN.DANAE. And what I do is bartend. I freelance bartend. That don't mean it's free. Chantal, it's not free.
It's free for me.
It's free for you.
It's free for me. I know.
But so that's called Cheers to You. So if you need me for a wedding, a party, baby shower, I'm saying that because I literally booked the baby shower this weekend.
That's the best. Them Ro telling me about.
Look, they gonna be. Ooh, what you got? So
They go good though.
ooh.
With the little.
Y'all mean you pregnant? I have a baby shower.
Look, you ain't even gotta get pregnant. We just have a baby shower.
I have a baby shower. I let y'all come.
For real.
That's what she said.
Nah, but I do bartend, so freelance bartend. Hit me up on my Instagram or hit me up at Cheers to You Bartending at on Instagram. Also, if y'all like my hair.
Okay,
My
we got
friend.
two birders in the
Yeah.
He brought up his birder. Your
My cousin.
Yeah, your cousin.
But it's like,
hey,
Look,
everybody's
out
saying
here.
they have
They
more
out
than one
here.
bread
My
company,
braider's
lash
waiting for
company,
work.
stylist company. It don't
Everybody.
matter. It don't matter.
so it's like, hit me
So,
up about that.
no comp. Everybody
GKR
wins.
dot II.
Can you repeat it again? I
Bestie.
was talking you. I'm
It's
sorry.
my bestie, GKR.II
Okay.
on Instagram.
Okay. So your turn. Your plugins.
All right, so like I said, my Instagram is AK_NO47_. My name is Darius. You can just follow me on Instagram. I post whatever, however. You like it or you don't, whatever.
Who you are mean?
But
mean. This show must be
but
good.
like so I mean where I work in oral health, so I don't really got no side hustle.
If you want your
right now.
side too,
But,
fix DM him.
Side two.
But
Cleanings.
what I finna s- but my cousin though, if she's new to Dallas, she lives. Oh, I finna say where she live, but
Hey, you catch
But
yourself.
the area though.
but
Catch
she
yourself.
she
DFW area.
She lives in DFW area, works in McKinney, whatever, what have you. Her name is Jazz. You can follow her on Instagram, Braids by Jazz. Book her, whatever. You want to sew in. Book my cousin Amber. Was it Her Heaven or Hair Haven?
This that Mississippi
One of
thing. When you get
just
the
search
color,
it. You gonna find them. They gonna tag each other. But anyway, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you did the thing where you got the radio. You like, oh my gosh, I'm the ninth caller. I want to give a shout out to my mama, my uncle Pookie, my auntie Rachel, my cousin removed twice,
Look,
my nephew, my dog Toto. Like,
Look,
what
what's
you
it?
did.
The Fat 5 at 8.
Yeah, that's what you just did. The Fat 5 at 8. It's cool.
They were like, I'm gonna give a little at the end. I'll let provide ballers.
Log off. We gotta go. The shots are getting worse. We're gonna wake up these special helpers. I don't think I got enough nap time because we're finna miss with them.
Man,
And I'm hungry.
Hour.
So, you know, with the glass mic, if y'all want to sponsor or donate or show love, just click the link in the bio. You can look at the Cash App or the PayPal. Also, subscribe, rate, and review. We need some more reviews. I want people to know that we rock with the show. So put them on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts or anywhere where you can leave a review. And you can follow my personal page at the Chantal Lewis. Y'all know I suck at spelling at the end. She was concentrating on her name, and I ain't even do that to myself.
I had to concentrate on my.
The Chantal Lewis at the Glass Mic. You know, watch enough episodes to know where I am on Instagram. So, guys, I want to thank y'all again for tuning into the Glass Mic, where there is no script, just transparent talk. I want to thank y'all both for coming on the show. And thank you to my sponsors for supporting the vision. And thank you to the people for supporting the brand. I do this for my family. I do this for my friends. But most importantly, I'm doing it for the people. Chantal says it all. And as always, I love y'all. Hey y'all, I specifically want to talk to the ladies right now. So as you know, I'm always hyping this pretty little pink pill called She Orgasms. And what that is an all-natural female supplement for sexual enhancement. It enhances orgasm intensity, increases vaginal lubrication, heightens total body arousal and sensitivity, enhances energy, focus, and mood, and it increases libido and desire. So this little pill not only helps you with your vaginal secretion and getting those walls nice and juicy, but it also helps you with your mood and your get up and go. So if you already have that wet, or you might suffer from PCOS, endometriosis, or anything that may deter you from being your best sexual self, go on to Instagram, She Orgasms,
ORGASMS, and look at their highlights. There are a ton of reviews from different women of all ages, size, race, you name it. And when you're ready to go ahead and get the pills, whether it's the sample, whether it's the bottle, or even the new honey tincture, go on sheorgasms.com and use code CHANTAL. Thank me later.